Hey you guys, this is Leslie with Black Dog Vintage. I'm doing this video face up because, I don't know, something different for a change. I just got back from the Gem and Jewelry Show in Novi, Michigan, and I went with a budget. How'd that work out for me? Did not. So if you are new to my channel, please take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. Promise you won't regret it. I do jewelry sales every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's vintage and Vino. Always a fun time. I do a lot of handmade jewelry too. So therefore, I went to the Gem and Jewelry Show, particularly to buy beads and to pick up an order that I had placed online with one of my vendors that does my clasps. If you know my jewelry, I do a lot of pieces with some really kick butt clasps. And my vendor I found at the Gem and Jewelry Show, probably, I don't know, last year sometime, and I've been ordering from him consistently. He was going to be there. He was going to hold my order until I could come pick it up. So I went, picked that up. And that was a huge order. But, and I went with a budget. I hit that budget in probably the first booth and a half. Yeah. And then I spent a ton more. So I have an addiction to beads. I need a 12-step program. So if anybody knows of one for an addiction to beads, please let me know. Leave that in the comments. I would appreciate that. Because this is really getting to be too much. I have no room left. I just put in a second 6-foot tower, you know, of shelves in my beading area, and it's already full. Plus I have 2 like drawer sets full of beads, and then I have beads like stacked up on the floors. And I usually take them off the strings and put them in bins so I can easily access them and string with them and all of that. And yeah, and I really just I need to take some time and like sell lots of beads because of like ones I just don't use that much anymore. But I don't know if people would be interested. I don't even know if people will be interested in this video, but I'm so excited about these. I want to share. So, and if people are interested in anything that you might want me to make with some of these, I had an idea of what I wanted to get. And then of course there was stuff that I was like, ooh, that's cool. I need to get that. One of the things I really wanted to get was some lapis. I just bought this lapis pendant from Kirsten, which I haven't gotten yet, but it's a beautiful Chinese export vintage lapis pendant, or pendant with beautiful enamel, and it has this beautiful deep blue enameling, and I wanted to get lapis for it, and I got a few different kinds of lapis. I picked up this. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is a faceted lapis, and so I picked up that. I got a lot of it, so I'll make other things with it. And then I also got this lapis as well. So some rounds. I kind of wanted a larger faceted for it, but I couldn't find a larger faceted that was not matte. And so I didn't. Oh, there's Angel. And then I've been really unhappy with a lot of the moonstone I've been buying online. And then I found this moonstone, which I can incorporate with some of the moonstone I bought online. And this, look at the flash on that moonstone. Ooh. And I paid up for this. I paid a lot of money for this moonstone, but I just will have to use it sparingly. I mean, this, it was on sale, but look at $200 a strand is what the original price was. Beads are not cheap, guys. They're not. When you want to get really high quality, they're not cheap, but he did give me a really good deal on them. So as long as I use them sparingly, it'll work. It'll be fine. And this was all from one vendor. Then I got opal, and I've never seen opal in this color palette. Look at, it's like in greens. Look at that. I got 2 strands of it. This was also kind of pricey, but I love opal. And in these greens, look at the flash in that. Gorgeous. I figure mix this with some like jaspers or something, be so pretty. Like in one of my like convertible necklaces, if you're familiar with my 21-inch convertible necklace, oh, this would be gorgeous. I mean, if I could do a whole necklace in this, which would be beautiful, but it would be really expensive. This was originally, I got on sale, this was originally $450 a strand. But, you know, I shop with these guys a lot, so they give me good deals. And then look at this. I got 2 strands of the black opal. And it's a faceted black opal rondelle. Now, I go through this like water. I use it a lot with black spinel, and it's gorgeous, and I just, so beautiful. Oh, she's got her toy. Now you're gonna hear squeakies. So sorry if you're watching with your dog and your dog gets excited about squeakies, because now she's got her squeaky toy. She just got her bark box yesterday. And then look at beautiful spiny oyster. So mix this with some turquoise, it'll be really pretty. So just got the spiny oyster. So that was all from one vendor. I'm telling you guys, seriously. Okay, what did I get from this? Whew. Okay, this one just all fell out of the bag. Okay. Okay, so here's some chunk along. So this will be good for like my chunky bracelets. Like I make these, like the stretchies and stuff. Now this is, she said this is an ocean jasper. I don't know, it might be, but I got a bunch of that. I figure this would be pretty in bracelets, but also, wouldn't that be pretty in a necklace? Put a really cool pendant with it, sterling pendant. Oh, yeah, gorgeous. And then this is another, she said this was ocean jasper too. I don't know. I'll have to like do a little research on it. But look at the colors in here. This almost looks more like a picture jasper to me. But it's another jasper. But big, huge, chunky chunks. Look at that. These are very fairly priced, and that's why I got a ton of them. Just beautiful beads. Beautiful, beautiful beads. And then in here, and oh, I got a bunch of free admission tickets. I got to remember that. They're coming back in October. And oh, it's September. What was it? Oh no, October 30th through November 1st, I think. So I got to remember to keep those. I got some turquoise. So that's really nice. That'll be nice to use. That could even go with some of this, I think, some of this spiny. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, that would be pretty together. It's a little bit different size, but yeah, that'll be pretty. Also, another thing I tend to get disappointed on a lot when buying online, so it's always good to buy this in person, is labradorite. So always want to buy labradorite in person when you can, because you can get the most flash, most bang for your buck. So labradorite, original price on this was $60 a strand, but again, when you go to these gem shows, you can usually get really good deals. I found these really pretty citrine cubes, and I love my citrine. So this will be pretty in bracelets or in necklaces. I like citrine a lot. Okay, this is a cool agate, and she said this is natural agate, probably. I just thought for a necklace, I just wanted to make a necklace out of this. It's big, huge chunks. Look at that. Maybe pair it with some onyx or something. I don't know what, but all natural chunks of these incredible, like a banded agate. Look at that. See, I go and I get overwhelmed with these colors and everything. I got 2 strands of this in case I want to make a longer piece. Oh God. Or a matching bracelet even. Literally, my bag was so freaking heavy by the time I left. Okay. This is dyed, but still really pretty. I got these coral. I was really hoping to find some turquoise to go with it, but did not find it. The turquoise I found was not actually turquoise. My guess was that it was dyed howlite, which I did not want, but this is dyed coral, but it's still really pretty. Beautiful deep dark red. I know I can do something with it, so we'll just use it for now. This beautiful dyed agate, faceted. I got a few strands of it. Great for bracelets. Just something cool and funky. Okay, for earrings, I picked these out. These are cinnabar, and these are fish. So this was at a little Chinese market or Chinese booth, and beautiful cinnabar fish. And then I found, I got 2 strands of the fish. And then I found these Buddhas. Now, I don't know if people want Buddhas, but I like Buddhas. And I thought these little cinnabar Buddhas were so flippin' cute. I thought like earrings would be really cute in these. I don't know. But that was my vision with those. And then this is kyanite, and just earrings with those would be pretty. Or even on like a necklace and put, you know, use these every few, like as a little station. I love kyanite. I love that natural looking kind of feel. It's got good energy to me. I don't know, I like kyanite. And then I just got a few of these. This is abalone. These like abalone leaves. I thought for earrings, these would be pretty little earrings. I don't know, what do you guys think? So that's my vision with those. Okay, a lot of you guys know I love skulls. I love weird things. And I found these carved bone faces. How freaking cool are these guys? They're so cute. I love my face. I love faces. So I got 2 strands of these carved bone faces. Put them in some bracelets and earrings, whatever. I just thought they were so cool. So I got those. Before I get into silver. Oh, so I found Prasiolite, also known as a green amethyst, but the proper name on it is Prasiolite. And I got that. Beautiful color. And this has been really hard to find for me. Every time I find it, it's so flippin' expensive, but I actually found it for a good price at the show. So I was pretty excited about that. So I found that. Bloodstone. It seems like anytime I get bloodstone in, it goes like crazy. So I talked to the guy at this booth and I said, if I buy all this bloodstone, will you give me a deal? And he said yes. So I bought all of it. So this is faceted bloodstone, and look how gorgeous this is. So I'm a bloodstone fan. I love the deep greens with the reds. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bloodstone. Yummy. This is a bead I had never heard of. Never, ever, ever heard of. And it is called Atlantisite, and it's from Australia. So if somebody has ever heard of it, please let me know. It's expensive. Original price on it was $190 a strand. he gave it to me for a good deal because I told him I'd never used it before. He wanted me to try it out, see how it went over, so I would order it again, I think. But look at this. It's got that really pretty purple. He said it was like a conglomerate stone, like when two stones are like grow together. And I wanted to say that it was like serpentine and I don't know if it was sugilite. I'm not sure. I have to look it up now. But it's kind of like, you know, azurite or something like that. But it's called Atlantisite. I thought it was beautiful. I picked it up. So, I got AAA quality emerald. I was low on emerald, and whew, I'm warm. I think it's because I'm so excited. But look at this emerald. So AAA quality emerald. This was originally $284 a strand. But usually if you are at these shows, they always have deals. And then when you're buying a lot or paying cash or whatever, they'll give you better deals. So I'm just saying. But know that, you know, gemstones are expensive. You know, I try to keep my prices on my pieces as low as possible, but gemstones are expensive. Turquoise, genuine turquoise was really expensive at the market. And hard to find. The exact kind of turquoise I was looking for, could not find. So I will have to go back online and look for it. This is ruby, natural ruby, AAA quality. The last AAA quality ruby I got was more pink. And I'm already low on it. So I bought this, which is more red. And this is untreated natural ruby. Now they did have the heat treated, which was the shiny red. I did not want that, although it looks more like ruby that you would see in a ring or something like that. But I like the natural. I don't want heat treated. I don't want anything like that. I like the natural, all natural. Let's see, do I have anything else in my bag? No. Okay. I think I'm good in my bag. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I went crazy with sterling. So I did do a pre-order with my sterling guy who was there. I buy stuff from him all the time on my clasps. So if you are familiar with my clasps, I always get good clasps. I'm proud of my clasps. I searched long and hard for this vendor. I have a wholesale account with him, so he gives me a good deal. So I get it at basically spot prices for sterling, which is still not cheap right now. It's hovering at around $2 a gram. And yeah, it's still not, that's not cheap. So I get clasps like this. This is a clasp that I do on my what's called a convertible necklace, where it's similar to something like this that I'm wearing, but it's longer, and the clasp can go in the front as a pendant. So I have clasps like these. So that is one of them. I have this really cool hammered one. These are so cool. So I'll just show you the front of it. So isn't that one pretty? That one's cool. And then I got these smaller ones, which are great for like more natural looking pieces. I do these a lot with like chrysocolla or turquoise, corals, that kind of thing. And it looks like, oh, more like that. Sorry, it's backwards. So those are really fun. And then some are a little plainer, kind of like this. This is another one. And that's really pretty. Kind of a little geometric look. So I kind of like, I kind of go by, when I decide on a clasp, I kind of go by whatever the necklace is kind of calling to me as, you know, what beads I'm using, that kind of thing. And then I go with that kind of clasp that'll work with it. If it's a more natural stone, I'll go with one of those more rustic looking clasps. If it's a more fancier stone, I might go with a little more, I don't know, clasp like that, that's got a little bit more modernist look or edgy look to it, that kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of how I design my jewelry when I do that kind of thing, if that makes sense, with some of these smaller, you know, clasps. Now, when I do a plain necklace like this, I just use a very simple sterling silver toggle. And I like toggles for some of these, for most of these. And I use toggles a lot on my bracelets and that kind of thing. You know, my clasp bracelets. I do a lot of the stretchies though. And I like stretchy bracelets. And if you do them right, they're not going to break. I've never really had anybody tell me that they've had a bracelet break. I think it's happened once. And I've been doing them for over a year and selling them on here for over a year. Now for some of the bigger necklaces, the heavier, chunkier necklaces, I do have these bigger toggles that I'll use. And these can be used in the front as well. If I've got like a very simple design. Oh, here's another one. I'll just show it through here. There's another toggle. There's another one that's triangles. That's a fancy or a more modernist triangle. And then here is one for like a bigger necklace, a toggle for a bigger necklace. And that's something that could be worn in the front. And then I have these big, huge, chunky clasps for some of the chunky necklaces. And then I will use a big, thick, like jump ring, big, huge ring, so you can clasp it on there. And so I have that style too. So these are all the different kinds of, I guess, toggles that I'll use. And then of course, you know, I always use those too for some of the smaller ones that may need an extender. And then, so that's all stuff that I had pre-ordered because I needed clasps. And then I decided, because this vendor does a lot of Karen Hill Tribe, and if you're familiar with Karen Hill Tribe pieces, Karen Hill sterling silver, it's all really high quality, made in Thailand, by the Karen Hill Tribe. And they use a high quality, actually higher than sterling, so more like closer to 950 sterling silver or silver. And really unique beads, pendants, that kind of thing. And I got some focal beads. I got something like that, a really cool hammered bead. And these, they weighed a lot. They weighed more. I had them weigh them and I was like, it was a lot more than what I wanted to spend, but at the same time, I needed some cool focals. So I got that cool fish. And these are beads. Now I did get some pendants. So this one's a pendant, little fish pendant. And so some of these, you know, could be sold, I might sell separately, and then you could put it on a necklace. So I don't know if this one would fit one of my toggles. Let's see. I'll take one of these off and see. Should just grab one off of my rack, but no, this won't fit. So this one I would probably just string with some beads. Cool little fish. I like him. Here's another starfish. I've been in this like beachy theme because when I was in Spain, I spent so much time on the water. I can't really get away from the beach theme. That's got a smaller top or bail too. But look at that starfish. Oh, love it. There's this really cool like lily. I think that's a lily. And then I got this amazing heart. And then I'll show you the heart. Oh, and a butterfly. The heart, that one I had to take out, but look at that heart. Gorgeous. And then the butterfly is amazing. And that one can be just strung with some beads and just be worn simply. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's all. This is all Karen Hill Tribe. Now, then I love to do earrings with these beads as well. And what I'll do is I just put them and I do dangles, and I'll add like a couple beads with them. And I've got the starfish. I got some heart beads, which I've done the hearts before. Many of you guys might remember those. And then I got these clamshells. So the clamshells came in packs of 3, so I had to get 2 packs. So I got the clamshells. Super cool pieces. So I went overboard. So I needed an intervention. Or I just need to get my butt in gear. Now, I have been so overwhelmed with this consignment. Many of you guys know that I've been working on this consignment for probably the last going on a month. And it's been super successful. And I appreciate everybody who's been so supportive for this consignment. Still have a ton of pieces to sell and to go through, and we'll be doing some pop-ups with that. But I need to get my butt in gear. I need to get some jewelry made. So I will be making some jewelry for everybody. And I appreciate how supportive everybody has been in my, with my handmade jewelry and everything. So thank you all so much for supporting my, creative endeavors. I love making jewelry. I've been making jewelry for going on 30 years. Probably longer if it counts like some of my futile attempts when I was a teenager, but making and selling jewelry for going on 30 years, 28 years. And I really do appreciate all of you guys. I recently got back into it heavily. So I appreciate all of you guys and how much support you guys have been giving me. I might be doing my first art fair coming up soon. Not sure yet. I might be doing it with my sister because my sister did have an accident and she needs help with her booth. And so she said I can help her and set up a small portion of my stuff in her booth. So that would be kind of cool. And yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of beading very soon. And making stuff out of this stuff. Plus, I have a lot of other beads that have been coming in. But if anybody has any requests, if you saw a bead in here, you're like, Leslie, I really want earrings, or I want you to make a bracelet out of that, or something. I love requests. I haven't really liked a lot of special orders if it gets too complicated. That I'm not a fan of. But if you're just like, hey, I love those face beads, can you make me some earrings out of them? Yeah, absolutely, I'll do that. Just let me be the creative one, and then we're good to go. Or if you say, I love the emeralds, can I get a 14-inch or 16-inch necklace, or can you make sure that you make a necklace with those? Absolutely, I can do that. But the only time that it gets me, I struggle is if you're like, I need a bloodstone necklace, or I want bloodstone and labradorite and coral and 2 beads plus 1 bead and 3 beads and blah, blah, blah. I'll just send you the beads at that point if you want to make it. Because at that point it gets to be, I don't want to do it. If I can't have any creative control, I don't want to do it. So, and I think a lot of artists will say that too. So, I hope that makes sense. So thank you all so much for watching this insane bead haul. Now I have to organize and put all this away so I can start creating with it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. I'll be adding some handmade jewelry in my next sales Tuesday and Wednesday this coming week. Plus I'll have lots of consignment. I am heading to the flea market on Saturday. I'll have another haul on Sunday. And yeah, lots of good stuff. All right, you guys, love you all. Mwah.